Sky Tribe Ancient Mysteries. Featuring your host, Rhiannon Alley, and guest Tom Reed. As an explorer, Rhiannon has been to over 18 countries and is ready to take you along for the ride, exploring the mystery of our ancient history. In this episode, Rhiannon and Tom visit the Coral Castle in Homestead, Florida. America's Stonehenge. Over 1,100 tons of limestone. A stone sculpture garden full of mystery. How was this massive coral wonderland created? Join Rhiannon and Tom as they explore this mystery.
Coral Castle. 1,100 tons, one man, 100 pounds. Edward Leedskalnin. Who is Ed, and how can one person build this massive megalith, and why?
An echo from some ancient Stone Age is the work of Ed Leedskalnin, a 120-pound Superman. Using but the most primitive of tools, he handles huge 15-ton pieces of coral rock with the greatest of ease. This is his life work, building a great stone city that he hopes will stand for thousands of years. He works as the ancient Egyptians did when they built the pyramids. The 4-ton rock that serves as an entrance gate is so nicely balanced, a slight push will move it. But that's only the first of many wonders to be found in this strange place. Many and varied are the huge pieces, and one of the most striking works is a huge table carved in the shape of the Florida Peninsula. Here's further example of how he's balanced these great carvings. There's comfort in these rockers, too.
I invited Tom Reed to join me on this quest to seek the mystery of this fascinating rock park, to meet up with Coral Castle's tour guide, Armando Izvedo. According to the story, Ed, a Latvian man, had his heart broken by Agnes Scuffs, his fiancée, a day before their wedding, who was only 16 and Ed was 26. He referred to her as his Sweet 16. Ed then migrated to the United States and found his way to Homestead, Florida, on a mission to build a monument for his lost love from 1923 to 1951. Is this really the story, or a cover-up for something more? Ed was only 5 feet tall, 100 pounds with little education, but yet excavated and sculpted over 1,100 tons of coral bedrock with just hand tools, and working only at night, that no one witnessed in the 28 years it took him to build. He moved the Coral Castle from one location to another in Homestead, Florida, on a truck 10 miles away to its final resting place. He told the driver to look away while he placed them on it. How can this be? Did Ed have supernatural powers? Did he know the secrets of levitation? He claimed he knew the secrets to the pyramids. But how? Did he have any electricity during the time he was here?
Good question,
No.
because he actually made it.
No, there was no
He
electricity.
could generate it himself, right?
Yes, and I'll show you inside the machine that they say was either his source of energy, or it was a generator that they know of. And They
Right.
say that either he used it to show off to kids that he can make electricity and generate enough electricity to illuminate a few light bulbs for a few seconds, or that's the source of energy that he used to levitate stones. We don't know. Those are great
Okay,
questions.
so that was his entire living room, bedroom. That's where he stayed.
That was his bedroom and his kitchen. And the most important thing about upstairs is if you count the steps leading up to the top, any guesses how many there are?
13?
Why 13?
Just a guess.
How about a different number that's important to him?
19.
No. What did he call his girl? Do you remember?
Agnes.
16.
There's
Oh,
16
six.
steps leading to the top.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And that number will show up in other
Is that
places
counting
as
the
well.
landing?
Starting with that first step,
Uh-huh.
and then the very top one. You can count them on the way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are several theories about this mysterious place that has baffled scientists and archaeologists. One theory is that Ed's homemade wood tripod had a black box on top of it that no one knew what it contained. Perhaps some kind of magnet that could help move the large rocks while he used a chain to hoist it up.
If there was one piece that might have been missing that, everyone would have wanted to see, do you know what that would have been?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
The tripods.
The tripods.
Because have you heard of the tripods?
Yes,
There's
I have.
photos of the tripods. They're very huge, made out of Dade County pine. And on top of the tripods, there was a mysterious box.
Yes.
And they say that the source of energy was inside the box. Whatever the
That's what
stone
she
was
said,
lifting, the harmonic oscillator, whatever it was that was lifting the stones was inside the box, but the box mysteriously disappeared. It's in the trunk of my car, don't worry.
Yeah. Good. Let's see what I got. I'll pay you for it.
You think he made this technology? Or could he have been given this technology?
As Tom and I toured this megalith with Armando, we did notice that Ed's sculptures had a cosmic flair to it, with his crescent moon, Saturn, and even Mars. Could he have been a time traveler from ancient times with special knowledge? Or was the library books he studied enough to accomplish such precision to build a 28-ton obelisk, a 5-ton heart-shaped table, rocking chairs, a 9-ton door that operates with one touch of a finger, a fountain, and even a sundial?
So this is Ed's sundial. Now you see the numbers 9 through 4 at the top. According to the lore, they say that Ed believed that a man should work between 9 and 4. These are the hours that a man should work, which contradicts where he said that he worked at night. Remember, he worked at night building the castle, but during the day he gave tours here, so we can kind of let that slide. No, because it's a sundial, so it only works it only works in the mornings. Yeah. So it's the only sundial that they know of that tells time in 3 different ways. It tells you the time of day, the month of the year, and the season. And the thing that casts the shadow is this little metal piece. Let me see if I can get this to. Let's see if we can get some magic here. See the little metal piece, right? So now, it tells you the month. June 21st. June 21st in the northern hemisphere is the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. The sun is high in the sky, and at noon the shadow is down here, right under the 12. Now, as the year progresses, the sun gets lower in the sky, and by December 21st, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, the shadow's up here at noon. So depending on where the shadow appears, up and down, it tells you the month. And then these points are the equinoxes that tell you the seasons. So 3 ways of telling time in one sundial.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Very fascinating.
Another interesting sculpture Tom and I noticed that could lead to another theory is this Masonic triangle. It looks similar to the Freemason symbol, so it could be possible that Ed was part of a secret society that was given instructions or special knowledge to go to Florida and build this megalithic monument. And why did Ed move the castle 10 miles away to Homestead? During our research, we found out that there are electromagnetic lines around the Earth called ley lines that would make the Coral Castle's final location a powerful energy hotspot. Could this energy have helped a 100-pound man with only hand tools an advantage to resurrecting this megalith wonder? Author Court Lindahl explains the connection between Coral Castle and the Vatican.
We're going to take a look at Coral Castle, which seems to be part of the Templum of the Vatican. So using the Egyptian obelisk and windrose markers at the center of St. Peter's Square, the east-southeast windrose marker leads to the Dome of the Rock and seems to match the facet of that building, which points back. But using the west-northwest windrose marker, a line is created that extends directly to Coral Castle in Homestead, Florida, as shown here on Google Earth Digital Globe.
It is believed that many ancient structures, religious sites, and major landmarks share these energy grids. Is this a coincidence? However Ed created the Coral Castle and why, it is an impressive, unusual accomplishment. Next, Tom and I joined David Rodriguez with Prism Paranormal Research for the Coral Castle's annual ghost tour.
There's someone else here. You can see there. You would see a little. It could go up to 5 people, so you would see like a.
My name is Rhiannon Alley, and I'm with Sky Tribe Ancient Mysteries. And this was our first time coming to the Coral Castle, and we were absolutely blown away. There is something magical, something special about this place. It's just one of those type of places. Absolutely astounding with the story, and it just doesn't stop there. There's just more and more questions about this place.
My name's Tom Reed. I was asked to come out to the Coral Castle to give my opinion on some things. And the reason I was asked is that our family has had a lot of paranormal activity throughout like a 50-year span. I have the only UFO case to be deemed historically true in America by state. What I found was that I walk away now with more questions than answers. I could not believe the amount of activity that showed up right in front of me while we were asking questions in what was Ed's bedroom. Not only did we get this crackling sound and a sound of a child, I mean, this was very defined. This was not something where you go, well, I'm not really sure what you're hearing. It was there, and it was in front of a lot of us.
Camera, so it's showing that you're different. So if the little kid showed up, he'd be blue, like a dark blue. I run this paranormal team that does the ghost tours here. We have medium psychics on the team that can feel things out on a property. Also use a lot of equipment. I use audio recorders to capture EVP, which is speaking to ghosts, and then they'll speak back. We use EMF meters, static electricity meters, any kind of meter that basically will check the energy in a room because ghosts affect that. And, you know, that's one of the things they say about Ed. Perhaps he knew something that no one else knew. Maybe he got some kind of communication from either, you know, something alien that knew perhaps something about reverse magnetism, the ability to pick up these stones. There were some children that saw him singing at one point and they saw stones levitating. Maybe that was something paranormal or something from, you know, something extraterrestrial.
My name is Lourdes Orta. I've been doing this for the last about 17 years. The people behind me are using dowsing rods. Dowsing rods have been used historically to find ley lines in the earth or to find water sources. But paranormal investigators also use dowsing rods to find energy levels around them. Again, the energy might be of a natural source or the energy might be of a supernatural source. Right behind me is the REM pod, and it is going off. You just saw it a moment ago. That means that there is some energy hitting it because it only goes off if you get close to it or if there's some heat from the body that actually sets it off. And as you can see, there is no one in there. So that's really compelling evidence that there is something going on inside this alcove.
So we went up to Ed's room. That's where he slept, that's where he lived. So we did a field test on with the equipment, the ghost hunting equipment, and we actually caught a child's voice on the recorder.
Ed, are you here with us?
Yes, there's a kid there.
That's a kid. It's a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Play that up close.
That's a child. It's only a child.
I pretty much stick to a scientific type of thing. And so for me to leave with more questions than answers made an interesting day for me, and I will be back. And I would encourage anybody in the area to come here and take a look for themselves.
I encourage everybody to come out to the Coral Castle here in Homestead, Florida, and definitely check it off your bucket list. It's worth it.
My name is David Pierce Rodriguez, and I am a paranormal researcher. I run a team named Prism Paranormal Research, and we have currently 15 teams in the United States and one in Australia. I started doing this when I was a child, when I lived in a really haunted home and saw a lot of things and wanted to show people that what I was seeing was real and I wasn't, crazy. See these little red lights? Talk right here. We want to know that you're here with us. Can you tell me, was Agnes really your girlfriend or your fiance? I've heard that Agnes wasn't really her true name. I heard it was Hermine. She was 24, not 16.
Would you like to have children around here at Rocky Park? Let me ask you one more time.
Do you like to have children around here?
One more time. Is that a kid? Is that a kid?
I heard something. There's something there.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just not that clear, but you could tell there's something there.
I heard it too. Yes, there's a kid there.
That's a kid. It's a kid. That's definitely a kid.
Yeah.
SkyTribe would like to thank our sponsors for this episode. Skydive East Coast. Complete your bucket list today. Fly over the coastline of New Jersey just 30 minutes from Atlantic City. Book your adventure today. Mention SkyTribe and get 10% off by calling 609-294-5858. SkydiveEastCoast.com. Michelle Murray, PA, Realtor with eXp Realty LLC, your Florida relocation specialist. Mention SkyTribe and get $1,000 towards closing costs. 786-338-0738. MichelleMurray.exprealty.com. Evergreen Roofing and Solar. Roof repairs and replacements. Get a free quote today and mention SkyTribe for a special rate. 888-393-0547. evergreenbcc.com. United Lending Corporation. Ready to move to Florida? We specialize in relocations, foreign buyers, and investment purchases. Brokers are better. Call today, 904-789-0929. NMLS 1149066. Mention SkyTribe for a free appraisal. UnitedLending.com.